the 49ers. Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. This is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. And we are underway here in Silicon Valley. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. It is Max Crosby there to wrap him up.
In 2nd and 8.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 33 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Get set. Yellow.
Now Purdy. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Outside. Watch out.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to McCaffrey. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Yellow. Watch out. Yellow.
They need 2. Here's Purdy. That one intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Bauer's the man in motion. They'll run with the Boise State product, Ashton Genty. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Genty. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Third and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it.
Everyone looks settled in for some football here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, a good one in store here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers. Jake Bates now, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Santa Clara. Dylan Laube on the return.
The Raiders take over first down 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. It's a completion of Michael Pittman Jr. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 3 now. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. That's cut at the 25. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Let's go.
They'll throw it here on first. Hits him on the out route. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The 5-yard line.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Man in motion here. Counter give to Genty. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Pretty easy for me to play armchair quarterback up here and say I just don't like that call on 1st and 5, especially when you get nothing from it. Man, that one stinks.
Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Pretty throw here to start. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 44. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him. altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from a deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
As he gets him all the way up beyond the 40. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. He'll work against the blitz. That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. Well, you love when you can go from first down to first down, Brock. Makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that, and it's why many of these first-quarter looks have his name all over them.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. They go play action on 1st down. Taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Genty from the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game.
Okay, 2 offensive possessions, 2 offensive touchdowns, but even sweeter than that is 2 rushing touchdowns. You are setting a tone and a mindset, and this defense, they better regroup.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. Content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Play action now. Purdy. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, Purdy to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Get set, get set.
From the gun is Purdy. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a 49er first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Outside. Yellow. 18. Watch out. Yellow.
To the air again. Purdy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
At the 16-yard line.
Yellow. Get set. Get set. 18. 22.
From the red zone on first. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be second down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10.
Outside.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Get set. Get up.
They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Yellow. 18. Watch out.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. It's an early lead for the Raiders. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers set up inside the red zone.
Right around up.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on fourth, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Defense bringing in a fifth DB, third and goal.
Outside. 18. Watch out. Yellow.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. And it's incomplete on third and goal. George Kittle, the intended receiver. And that forces them to fourth and goal.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Bates' kick is up and good. And that gets them back to within 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Trey Tucker to return it. Escapes a defender. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Trying to throw this from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
First down.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. They send the tight end in motion. Genty on the give. He's headed right. He's forward. Gets a couple of yards. Diamondor Lenore there on the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Grabbed by Besh, left side. He gets it up a little shy of midfield. Brought down by Fred Warner.
It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Third and long. They're going to throw. It's complete. This is Bowers. A lot of mess on the move here. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders make it a 3-possession game. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out. 21.
On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Outside. Yellow. 18.
Now it's Purdy. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that 1st down. Picks up 4.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Cade, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
18, watch out. Yellow.
Purdy on 3rd and 1. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And he's brought down before the return gets far.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver is going to get it to begin the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking to throw here. Man downfield, and he finds Besh. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. That one hits for 30. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll toss it. Genty. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, Genty. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? He can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
32-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Draw. It's Dowdle. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Third and long for him here. It's his running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Carlson's kick is good. And that stretches the lead to 21.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
'49ers to the line. First and 10.
Outside. Yellow. F left. Yellow. Up.
Here's Purdy to throw. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. Second down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Almost a very quick drive, but the drop pick gives him new life. This is second down.
Get set. Yellow. Buddy T. Watch out. Yellow.
Purdy to throw it. He's on target, Watkins. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that's a 49er first down. Offense in the hurry up here.
48-yard line.
Yellow.
Purdy on first down. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 40-yard line.
Again, it's Brock Purdy. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Buddy T. Buddy. Yellow.
Looking to throw on third and 1. Got his man. Watkins has it. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. The 49ers will call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
At the 35-yard line.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Get set. Yellow. Yellow. Yellow.
Sticking to the air here. It's Purdy. Finding McCaffrey with the dump off. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that first down marker. Offense to the line fast.
Brings up second and 3 at the 29-yard line.
And they spike the ball to stop the clock. So on third down, they're going to go ahead and bring him out to try and get 3 here before the half. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Bates' kick is up and good. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
And with those 3 points, you just dig yourself out of a little bit of a hole. You know, coming out of halftime, you've got to firmly be in comeback mode.
So So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback. This is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. Good work so far. He's got room. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Purdy on the play action. And just after the catch, he is hit and stopped. A nice gain, though, down to the enemy 41.
Gain of 16 yards. And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yellow.
First down throw by Purdy. Gobbled up on the right side. That's Ayuk. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
Brings up second.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
5 still to go here. This is second down.
Get set. 18. Watch out. Yellow.
Looking to throw, Purdy. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Raiders get to it. Hits the 20. And Vegas takes it back for a touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field. Maybe his whole life. That distance, a whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
On the return, the Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's first and 10.
Yellow. Outside. 18. Watch out.
Blitz coming for Purdy. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Give him 32 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Offense up to the line fast.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up second and 3.
Gain of 7.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
From the gun is Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
10 yards. And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Purdy throwing here on first. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. And it sets up second down.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
Back to the air on second. Purdy. He's got it near the 10. He has the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers shrinking the lead some in the third.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field with your route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Purdy leading the 49ers to the line for this two-point try.
The 49ers will line up for the two-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And the two-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
49ers 12.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's first and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Into traffic, complete! And he will get to that 30-yard line before they stop him. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
First and 10 now from the 30. So they'll luckily hang on to possession. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
So they keep the football, but now they face second and long. Here's a throw. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. Well, What a stretch to begin the game, Brock. That finally his first incompletion. He had been perfect across so many looks before that.
Hard. It's just hard to be perfect with that kind of precision. That was rhythm, truly rhythm personified.
Yeah, it makes you marvel at the NFL record, doesn't it? Got slid this great note from our stats savant, Daniel Kitchen. Phillip Rivers owns that record, Brock. 25 straight completions to begin a game.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. He'll work against the blitz. And a man is there to knock that away.
A small little jab there, finally landed by the defense. Able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10. Running from the pistol here with Jency. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. From the gun, a run for Dowdle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of them.
First and 10 from the 41. Giving this to Jency. And a nice little run there gets him 5. Second down upcoming.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the 49ers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it up.
It's a solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Yellow.
Now Purdy finds him over the middle. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line.
17 yards.
That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
43-yard line.
Get set. Yellow. 18.
So we're through 3 here. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Alpha's up. Yellow. Hang around, up. Yellow.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Short pass brought in. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. And dose of the hurry up here.
11 more yards. That's another 49er first down.
From the gun, McCaffrey. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get set. Get set. 18. Yellow.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. And that takes them to 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Up, yellow. 18. Watch out. Here we go. Yellow.
Throw here, 3rd down. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Intended for Jordan Watkins.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down.
Get set. Get set. 18. Yellow. Yellow.
Desperation time here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle of the field open or close? Do I got a single high or 2 high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the 49ers shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12.
19.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Laube with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brought in by his back here is Shenty. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And they're going to pass on 3rd and inches. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Still sticking with the passing game. Once more into the hands of Pittman. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable to create space to take that shot downfield.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. They'll go play action. He's got it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, kid, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Third down, Niners going with some dime coverage here. Here he is on 3rd and short. That finds Besh, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
1st and 10 from the 41. Coming left is Genty. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. And you feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! The Raiders make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Carlson to tack on the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Outside. Line around, up. Yellow. Start.
Now it's Purdy. Throwing the out route complete. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They get 28 out of that play. And that's a 49er first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Get set. Get set. On 18. Yellow. Yellow. Start.
Purdy on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10.
Outside. Yellow. Yellow. Stop.
Stick into the air here. It's Purdy. Taken in on the right side by Pearsall. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
And he runs out after a very nice game. They're going to have to hang on to that momentum, though, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Hey, smash.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Smash. Here we go. 19, Tiger, 19, go.
On the toss, here's Dowdle. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Last name 19.
And off to Genty. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
By C.J. West. It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd down.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look